Alright guys, we're actually in the game right now, so I'm gonna put you in the screen. Select did actually eventually turn up, and we're ready to go for a nice game of Dota in the Curse Invitational. I'm joined today by my fellow co-caster Choi. Glad to have you here, bro. Yeah, how are you feeling?
Feeling great. I've been getting spastic during the long delay, but I'm really looking forward to actually both of these games tonight, and maybe this one in particular. As well, I guess I shouldn't say much about what I'm rooting for here, but
No, you probably shouldn't, that's true.
these are some teams I'm really looking forward to see, and in the upcoming qualifiers for the international, we're gonna see what QPAD can do here against a team that's already been invited. So.
Exactly. So QPAD will have to prove themselves against Team Dignitas. Team Dignitas got their invite already a few weeks back. Well, 1.5 weeks back, I suppose. I'm really interested to see them play today. They played some good games actually the last few days, and they played an outstanding game against who was it, yesterday or day before yesterday? You remember? KP, I think? No, not versus KP. Who was that? Not quite sure, but they played a really decent game. Select actually played a really nice game too with a Magnus in solo mid, and he had some spot on RPs. And normally people always say, you know, Select throwing the games left and right for QPAD Red Pandas, but he's proving to get more stable and consistent. So
Yeah,
hoping for some good plays by him today.
I guess we should try to run through the drafts quickly here. Not too much surprises coming out for either team here, as it's Dignitas picking up the Nakes, the Rubik, the Lone Druid, some real stable picks, as well as QPAD, who opted for leaving their carries for last and going for that solo mid, that offlane hero and that support. So
yeah, fairly typical bans, except for the Prophet. Prophet is a respect ban going out to Wagamama. He has been playing Prophet recently for QPAD in almost every single recent game, and most of the time it was the Prophet hard carry. He just went for some insane DPS, and most of the time he was late on safe lane carry as far as I'm concerned, and do remember. So this is definitely some sort of respect ban to his hard carry Prophet.
yeah, definitely. I mean, typically you see Prophet as that split pusher with those like the mechanism, as kind of items, but Wagamama likes going for that huge ganking with going for that Shadow Blade, and then just stacking up the MKBs and whatnot. So
yep, as we do see Skywrath Mage being picked up right there. So Team Dignitas might be going for either the support Skywrath Mage or the solo mid Skywrath Mage. We have seen both recently. I do believe Navi is always playing him as solo mid with Dandy. However, we did see
QPAD playing him as support with
True, QPAD actually, you're right, yeah, they actually switched it up. Sing Sing once played him in solo mid, and I do believe he was played by Mini as a support Skywrath Mage, and we did see that he is a really nice tri-lane support hero, since he has an insane burst damage coming out of him with that low CD on Arcane Bolt, which only costs 70 mana, so overall a nice rounded up hero.
5 seconds. Also a huge AoE with spells. I mean the long range silence as well as that long range slow, really working out in the tri-lanes.
Yep.
And also the strength that he can just sit back in the tri-lane and just be really far back and just slowing still and staying like in those 3 versus 3 fights.
Yeah.
So a really strong tri versus tri hero, I think. And I mean, QPAD pick up the Earthshaker to pretty much disrupt that kind of action. So
I like that pickup. We haven't seen Earthshaker that much. The only team who played him a lot recently was Fnatic, and I'm saying a lot when I mean 2 games out of 50 more or less. Hani has been playing that Earthshaker, not in solo mid as a support, but yeah, we do see a Bane Elemental being banned out by Team Dignitas, obviously, because Lifestealer and Lone Druid both on Dignitas. They do not want the People nor the Nightmare on either the Lifestealer or on the Lone Druid's Spirit Bear. And overall, Bane Elemental is a great counter to both of these heroes.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Storm Spirit from Team Dignitas, so we're probably looking at a support Skywrath Mage going up against. I'm thinking about, like, depends on their carry pickup, of course, from Panda, but I'm thinking of an aggressive tri-lane here with the Nakes, with a Rubik, with a Skywrath Mage. That's a really strong tri-lane.
Yeah, for sure. That is an insane tri-lane. Rubik can punish those supports being out of position when they come in for some last hits or harass on Lifestealer of Red Pandas. And just that one telekinesis into open wounds and a possible Arcane Bolt with maybe even a slow or a silence on that hero. And for sure, there's going to be a death right there.
Yeah.
Phantom Lancer. Wow.
On Sing Sing as well.
Yeah, so Sing Sing going to play the safe, maybe even a tri-lane carry. We'll see how they're gonna lane this. Sing Sing not playing solo mid, so we do have Select once again going up in solo mid lane with his dear Magnus. We will see how his reverse polarities will be I guess used. I'm really looking for his play, because I do believe that they're doing this more frequently, and I do like this about Red Pandas. They have the flexibility to actually just rotate their players around. It's basically Sing or Select playing solo mid currently. Wagamama sometimes is playing the hard carry safe lane hero. Sometimes, however, he's going on that, for example, the Darkseer offlane, or in this case, I guess for the Clockwork offlane. And really, some nice flexibility. And if they're going to qualify for International, that's exactly what you need to counter some other teams' picks and bans and their drafts, because you know you're known at some point, and you're just getting, well, you can be red really easily if you have the same roles and the same players playing each role every single game.
And especially the same heroes, if you get 2 seconds with the same heroes, and that's what QPAD doing, I mean, switching up with their lineups. And also I think they're at boot camp right now, right? So maybe they're just trying out new things, trying to see what works the best as well for the upcoming, like, you know, the Invitational, the international qualifiers as well as the international. So
yeah, as I do get some reported lag once in a while apparently on the stream. Now guys, this is a problem I'm having because I'm not Twitch partnered yet. I cannot select multiple streaming resolutions, and apparently sometimes I do have some sort of issues with some tweaking I need to do with I'm using actually Open Broadcaster right now as a streaming software, and I do need to do, I mean, this is like the 5th, 6th cast we're doing, I guess, right? So I do need to do some tweaking on that, so I hopefully it's not too bad as in, yeah, spikes here. Well, I might be able to restart the stream in just a moment. Actually, I might be able to do that in the pause and just retweaking some stuff. Should I do that?
You can try it, I guess. He was going potty, so okay, there's a G now, so you shouldn't restart the stream.
Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, guys, let me know how bad the spikes are and how often they are. I'm having I'm reading the chat while actually being in game, so I might be able to figure out what the problem is exactly. So yeah.
As far as lineup goes, I'll run through QPAD. It's going to be Sing like we imagined on that hard carry role going to the top lane. So it's looking to be a try versus try here in this game. So we'll have to see how that works out. I mean, the Earthshaker is going to be crucial, being played by Mini here. JRX on that Leshrac, Select, as we said, playing the Magnus in the mid lane, and Wagamama on that off lane as usual, playing the Clockwork. So it's going to be Clock versus Lone Druid matchup on the bot lane, and I think this laning favors Dignitas.
Yeah, I do believe it does, because AoE is going to be playing the safe lane, carry Lone Druid. We have seen the inventor of the Armlet Face Boots build play that hero to perfection, so going to be interested to see how well that Clockwork is going to be able to stand in the lane. We do have Dignitas. LeBron James is playing the Nakes. I do believe LeBron James is, actually that is a good question, who is I think he's Universe Dota as far as I'm concerned. We do have Way Too Sexy, I'm Burning For Your Love, is playing the Skywrath Mage support. Fog Dota is playing Rubik, and that leaves solo mid Sneaking, of course, playing on the Storm Spirit. And one thing we do need to note is that he needs a quick bottle, and he needs to be able to stand in the mid lane for the first 2 minutes and get a good start. If he gets a good start, he is normally snowballing out of control. If he doesn't, if he gets ganked repeatedly and if he gets shut down, then most of the time Dignitas is having a big problem to play their game as they are wanting to. So, yeah.
I think a big thing with this strong try-in of Dignitas is that the QPAD supports will not be able to rotate into mid, and that's what you need for a Storm. A Storm is fairly strong in the mid lane unless he gets ganked. He's really easy to gank in the first couple of minutes, and really there's no space right now for QPAD to do that unless they win this try lane hard, and I don't really see them doing that.
Yeah.
As we saw LeBron James going very aggressive. I mean, he skilled up open wounds straight away. He's going very aggressive, like for that camp, just ensuring there's no aggression from QPAD in the very first moments of the game. And right now it looks like it's LeBron James who's going to pick up the first last hits here. So
yeah, Phantom Lance are not even showing in the lane right now. So as you're seeing, that Earthshaker is maybe a little bit too passive as a pick, knowing that they have a really aggressive trident against him. Lifesteal known for his aggressive play style, and he can do it without being punished at all. So we're gonna see some pulls actually coming up from QPAD, and they're gonna try to get some EXP out of it, get some nice start at gold wise on their supports, and maybe be able to fight it out at some point.
Yeah, but now it looks like things are looking for some sort of engagement here, but there's just gonna be a single pull, so it's gonna be double wave coming out from QPAD. They really gotta make use of this. Like, they're gonna get slightly ahead in XP for a few seconds here, and they gotta make sure because they're gonna get behind really soon with this double wave coming.
Yep. Earthshaker picking up level 2 right now. The only one missing right now is JRX off this trial, and maybe they can make a really coordinated go with the long range fissure followed into Split Earth. However, we're just seeing some farming of the pulls right inside camp. We do see Wagamama on bottom lane sitting at 3 last hits right now. Compared to the Lone Druid, who is sitting actually at 4 last hits, it's fairly even right now. We will see how it's gonna scale once Lone Druid picks up a few levels on his Spirit Bear, and those entangles are gonna come up for him most likely at, you know, fairly soon.
Yeah, definitely. Mid lane, we saw that Select actually went for only regen in the start, I think, because he has no items apart from that bottle, which is being bottle crowed right now. So he's gone for pure regen build from the start, just to cope with the harassment of the Storm Spirit. So, and looks like Sneaking is gonna find the Illusion Rune here as well on bot lane. So, and as far as last goes, it's also Sneaking winning there, of course, for the moment.
I'm still getting apparently some Twitch messages that there might be some little laggy. Only me on the chat. Yeah, guys, I might be resetting the stream in just a few moments if it's gonna keep continuing being that way. I do have sufficient upload speed, so it's definitely not my internet. It's actually just my tweaking of my broadcaster's software. And since we didn't cast too much, I guess it didn't get enough testing yet. So I'm sorry for the small spikes. I do hope it's watchable. Yes, we're still seeing no first blood attempt so far on this tri lane.
And I think the thing here for Dignitas is that they can't really... Okay, there is a go here. There's a nice Fissure onto Pogdota here, who is trapped off a bit, but they might get in trouble if they go here. There's Split Earth, and that's going to be the first blood going the way of Sing Sing. So, actually, a really well played with the Fissure there. Locking off Fog, who was out of position. And
Perfect.
Yeah, I was about to say that Dignitas need to be careful. Because, I mean, with the next trialing, you really want to go for that first blood fairly soon. But with that Fissure in play, it's a bit dangerous actually going for those first blood attempts. So. Well played to QPAD.
Yeah, well played. Another Split Earth flying out, however, is going to miss Nakes. I do get the message right now that apparently 1 or 2 viewers are having no problems at all with configured Twitch settings, so it might actually be the internet speed I'm uploading to and being too high for other people to download to, because it's 1-to-1. No, I'm serious, that's the problem most of the time. That's why you need a Twitch partner or be partnered to have that additional encoding going on with Twitch, so that people with a slower down speed internet-wise can actually watch your stream lag-free. So I'm really sorry for that, guys. I applied already, so I might be getting some sort of Twitch partnering anytime soon, and at that point it's going to get way better streaming-wise.
Do you see that that play by Fog on the top rune? He was smoked up, and Jerex didn't realize, and then he just lifted him up and picked up the famous rune right in front of his eyes. So.
Nice, that's good.
Tiny play there by Fog, but he had his smoke ready and was prepared to go for mid lane, but as Jerex showed up, didn't want to go for that.
Yeah, right now mid lane, Storm is, you know, as expected, going a little bit ahead in the direct creep wave farming battle of mid crowing. Mid crowing, what am I saying? I'm saying like mid lane is crowing, bottle crowing for creep kills back and forth, and right now it is Storm Spirit that is getting more out of it. Not too bad, however, for Select, who's still sitting at 18 last hits. But he's going to be dropping behind more and more, so he will have to have it. As we do see aggressive go from Storm Spirit, is going to Ball Lightning in there, and the Vortex going to follow up. Not enough damage output right there. Select is going to be fine, but we do see a lot of harass coming out now, of course, for against Select. And Select needs that TP, needs that smoke up. As soon as he hits level 6, he needs to make something happen with Everest Polarity to actually cope with being behind in the mid lane as of, yeah, mid lane wars, I guess.
But I think a big thing here with the Storm Spirit, we were talking about before how Urshik can disrupt those goals from Dignitas. And I mean, with the Storm Spirit, he's the one who wants to jump in. He wants to just get in the middle of everything. And if he jumps in with using a lot of mana, and then his team gets blocked up by a good Fissure, then he might actually get some trouble there for the Snaking, who's might be trapped. So I think Snaking can't really play as aggressive as he might want to, just because of that counter initiation coming out of the Fissure.
As you do see, Nakes being perfectly fissured right there, and he's cut off. He's gonna make a run right now through the complete jungle of Dire side, but he's gonna go down eventually. Maybe not. Sing Sing does have enough mana, so self-up, however, is gonna be popped by LeBron James. He's gonna be cancelled once again, and there is another fissure right there, and that's him going down right there. As we do see Select picking up a haste rune and Storm Spirit making the go for that rune. It's gonna actually have to.
He might go for it. He's going for it. No, he cancelled it right in the last moment.
Nice cancel actually. Getting reverse polarity and the shockwave. 2 more last hits. Is he gonna get it? There's the haste rune. Nope. He's gonna make his way out right there just because of the nice support TP by Way Too Sexy. And he actually, I guess that was not intended. That was. He thought he'd get the kill pro, most likely.
He didn't have the mana. That was the big thing. He didn't have the mana for a shockwave right after the Right,
reverse polarity.
that,
Yeah.
so he had to get some stick charges up, and then once he had it, but that was too late. So a nice rotation, but that also makes the top lane a bit weaker here. We did see LeBron James being picked up right before, and well, now the Skywrath Mage is gonna sit mid for a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds, I guess. The top lane is significantly weaker.
Yeah, and that is actually really surprising to me because we just pointed out before they do have the better picks. However, situational play coming out of QPAD with that Earthshaker, perfect fissures so far from Mini, really outstanding play by him.
It's mid lane right now.
Oh, wow.
And he does have the hook shot ready as well, but there's full mana snaking, so I don't think he will be in trouble.
Bottom tower, however, is being pressured right now by Syllabear. Syllabear already at level 7, so that fear is gonna be hitting hard. As I'm missing a kill on top lane, once again, Phantom Lancer getting the kill. Libram Jane is rage TPing out, and it's gonna be fine. So, really top trident not working out.
Also, onto Select, and there's that Arcane Bolt. It's gonna be enough to pick up the kill, sneaking without any mana whatsoever, but it's gonna be fine as he bottles up here. So, mini TPing him, but not in time to save his mid hero there.
Yeah, especially because he has no
final
mana.
Snaking, yeah, so snaking finally being making some use in this game.
Getting some tower hits, really. Tanking it up right there, but he's gonna have his bottle probably refilled, or even opt to go back to base just to get some mana and possibly start a gank at some on some lane. We do see QPAD being heavily in front right now. Let's just pull up the, as we do see double damage being picked up, so he might actually make a go or try to find somebody. I'm gonna pull the graph up right now. It's actually still Radiant leading goal-wise, surprising to me. XP-wise, however, we do see Dire is most of the times being in front of Dignitas. Just actually,
yeah, the big thing is the farm of Ali. He's been farming so great, and he's getting nice deny there by Wagamama, who might be in trouble now. As there's a hook shot out, he's not gonna hit it, and that's gonna be the kill with the silence of the Skywrath Mage. So a nice kill there, as he denies the tower. So
yeah, I was watching a mid engagement on Storm Spirit right there. He got out fine, but yeah. So.
But yeah, just the clock was sitting there for the deny, using the cogs, but that's not gonna be enough as Skywrath rotates then. But I think the big thing for Dignitas is now there's a tower for them. It wasn't deny, but it's still out of gold.
Yeah, we see it right now on the gold graph. It's dipping heavily in favor. As we do see Lifesteal going down once again. Sneaking is going to grapple, is going to try to find Jerax, is going to do so. So there's the counter kill right there. It's basically a support for a carry. And was that a solo kill of Leshrac? No, it wasn't, right? No. Okay, oh, well, I didn't see Select. Okay, there we go. There was something missing right there. So Select is going to make it out. Not gonna make another go. Does have Reverse Polarity if he would have the mana for it, but not enough to get the whole combination out of him. Yeah, we do have that one thing going for Dignitas right now, that there's the constant pressure on bottom lane with the with AoE and his Spirit Bear, and we do have some kills going in favor of Dignitas just right now. And that's actually the tower and the kills recently apparently just make the Goldcraft go nuts towards Dignitas. I didn't expect so because the top trident didn't work out at all in my opinion for Dignitas. QPAD got some kills with a Phantom Lancer, with the Earthshaker and the Leshrac, and you know they definitely.
Yeah, but I still think as far as gold goes, as far as farm goes on the top lane, I think it was fairly even, apart from kills. And then you look at the bot lane, which was completely won by AoE 2000.
Yeah, we do have a Midas on Sing, by the way. So Sing going for the hard carry once again with it fast Midas. Well, I say fast Midas as it's only probably was an 8-minute Midas. I'm not quite sure. Regeneration on Storm Spirit, so he might be able to make a huge long ball lightning grapple right there. Best room for Storm Spirit to be picked up, as we do see Jirax not being able to scout out Sneaking. Sneaking is going to make a go right there on Wagamama, not a Jirax. He's actually going to be popped by that Clockwork Power Cox, and he's gonna get
those dangerous hook shot by Wagamama, but he's gonna make it out. And actually, Sneaking might be in some trouble here. He's gonna be missed by that Rocket Flare, I believe, but he looks like he's gonna be fine for now.
Yeah, and he popped Regeneration Room while he still got that Rocket Flare, right? I think so. Got cancelled.
Sure. Yeah. It must have been so. Yeah, that's true. And what I was thinking about here was that, I mean, the problem for QPAD now is that there's not too much to stop this push from AoE. As the Phantom Lancer is just gonna sit on top lane. There's that Earthshaker with some decent like clearing ability, but nothing huge to really put an end to the pressure onto bot lane.
Yeah. So as we do see Cancer Lancer farming it up against Fog Dodo on top lane with his Hand of Midas, he's gonna spiral out of control really fast if there's nothing to be done against him. Right now he already net worth wise sitting in front of AoE, who had basically free farm as well, sitting 500 gold in front of him. And we do have AoE with that. Actually, that was a tower deny, right? So no tower kill, so never mind that. But still, huge deal right now for Phantom Lancer, picking up the Midas and probably gonna cancel out of control just in a bit.
Yeah, LeBron James heading into the jungle here. He's trying to find some sort of farm. He's gone for a bracer there.
Man,
I
he's
guess
poor.
finishing off his treads maybe. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna go for face boots anymore, as
Yeah.
that's more of like a very early game killing power, and he's not gonna want to go for those kills anymore.
No, and plus, I mean, once he's cut off with a possible fissure at some point, Facebook's not going to do anything for him actually. So really, Treads is going to just increase his damage output by the attack speed and maybe make him a bit more tankier with the Treads switching. He really needs to arm it up because right now, not looking good for him fighting potential wise, I suppose.
I think a big deal here is how do they deal with the Phantom Lancer? Because usually as the Phantom Lancer, he was the last pick this game. Usually as against the Phantom Lancer, you've been picking heroes like Luna or Gyrocopter, who can just deal that huge like AoE right-click damage.
Yep.
With the Nakes and with the Syllabar, you don't really have that. So I'm thinking Syllabar might want to go for that. I guess finish up Arnold, but then go for the Maelstrom.
Select almost getting out with a popped invisibility rune, however, is still gonna get discarded out by multiple heavy rods right there. Way too sexy, getting hookshot right there, power card, and sneaking already dropping low as well. GRX doesn't have a boost earth right now, is gonna get harassed by his lightning strike, I don't even know if it's called that way, but Wagamawa possibly getting the kill with Rocket Flare. No, Rocket Flare still on CD, so sneaking is gonna be fine apparently. Wow.
And I heard an Echo Slam. There was an Echo Slam on the mid lane onto Fagdoda, but it's gonna be fine. And it's gonna be stolen. No, it's not. Enchant Totem was stolen by Rubik, so
too bad, yeah.
Unlucky there. But he did use the Echo Slam onto the Rubik solo, I think.
Yeah, that would have been a huge steal, but I guess Mindy is definitely on top of his spells and using the immediate Enchant Totem afterwards, and that has basically a fairly low cast animation compared to his fissure. So, you know, gonna be hard to steal that one, especially with those stunts coming up with that passive Aftershock being skilled once, giving us 0.6 stun duration right afterwards after the Echo Slam. So therefore, it's more or less, at least right now, without a Force Death or good situational play by Rubik, it's more or less a preventive issue, I'm trying to say, skill to block that pickup of his Echo Slam. Was that complicated? Did I say that complicated? I did say that complicated today.
I think you did. I think you complicated it a bit, but it's fine. I think Snaking was rotating into the top jungle here, waiting for the Phantom Lancer to pop out, but QPAD and Pre really passively at that moment. Actually, initiation on the mid lane here, missed hookshot. Jurix gonna hit that split as well as the Fissure onto
Way too sexy.
Yeah. Way too sexy, of course. But he's gonna be fine. As there's no follow-up, as that hookshot missed actually was a huge deal.
Once again, a regeneration room being picked up on Storm, and he immediately tries to rotate top lane, bottom lane I mean, to maybe pick up Select, but you know, Select is not the easiest go target right now for Storm Spirit, even though there is AoE 2000 hitting with face boots and almost armlet being purchased on him, so he's sitting at a really nice farm, 80 last hits for him. However, we do still have Phantom Lancer on the field, who is sitting at the exact same CS as Syllabar is, plus the Midas, so he picked up Yasha. Gonna go for that farming build actually. That quick Yasha purchase is most of the times the simple reason for purchasing that item is to give your illusions some movement speed and yeah, buff basically, and therefore they can rotate in your own jungle and they can make it from camp to camp without dying, as sneaking is actually gonna save grapple. I'm gonna call it grapple, not ball lightning.
Sure.
Yeah, because it was grapple earlier times, right? Early Dota.
I do not know.
Yeah, prior to Dota 2 times when Storm Spirit got reworked in Dota 1, it was actually grapple, and the whole Storm Spirit was actually another hero. He got reworked completely, I think, about 3 years ago.
I was about to mention Select being camped up on the bot lane. He's basically been here for the past 3-4 minutes, I think, just spamming those shockwaves to keep the push out from Aoi. And right now we also see Way Too Sexy being camped up here behind the Lone Druid. He's getting ready for a gank as soon as there's an entangle, I feel.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing Select will be pretty fine with that skewer. He's not going to be too much danger right here.
I do think that there's not a lot. So we do see some grappling, but with the regeneration on Sneaking. Sneaking is going to find Mini. Mini is going to get Vortex with some nice last hitting and DPS coming out of Sneaking.
Bot lane, there's the Mystic Flare on Select, and he's going to go down. To that nice
QPAD still chasing with that invisible regeneration rune. Is getting that split earth, but he has enough mana to supply to kill on Strike as well. So we did see 3 kills coming out of Dignitas just in a couple of seconds on bottom lane and on top lane right there. And what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, I was trying to say Nyx actually did opt for face boots, so it's still gonna go for that mid game early game damage output build. We will see if it's going to be enough, especially for that thing who's already sitting at. Gee, what is flying out to him? Alright, so he's going to go for Diffu now after Yasha. Not going to complete Manta style. Already has one Blades of Electricity. How do you say that?
Yeah.
Electricity. Alright. So yeah, he's gonna soon pick up his Diffusal Blade, and as soon as he has his Diffusal Blade, that's the point where Pendulancer is really a pain in the neck most of the times, because that mana drain and damage output just increased by so much more, and
And so here like Storm who grapples in.
Yeah, Storm, Skywrath Mage. Yeah, just heroes to focus on. They're gonna have some huge trouble, as well as Rubik, who has low HP, who has a really low HP pool, and therefore with the mana burn that does additional damage, it's just gonna go down really quick. You do see a smoke on
Silverberg does finish up his armlet.
He did? Okay, nice. So he's gonna be ready to actually push out some towers and just, yeah, sitting on bottom lane.
He's going for that Maelstrom as well.
Okay.
Picking up the Ultimate straight away.
Okay, so I guess he's gonna go both, not just tower pushing capability, but also the Maelstrom for some nice team fighting.
Top lane, there's a smoke from QPAD. Hook shot into LeBron James here, who does use Rage, and will it TP out? Looks like he's gonna make it. Actually, tries to cox to cancel that TP, but it's not gonna be enough. And that's gonna be a nice escape of LeBron James. It was a 4-man smoke gank, which did not pay off, and it's gonna be mid lane tower pushed as well by Dignitas. So
yeah, nice
use of
catch
that
going for Skywrath. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. Yeah,
the strength of Nyx. I mean, it is hard to ganking. Even like he doesn't even need crits. He just has face boots and still really hard to gank.
Yeah, you need that instant disable basically and constant disable. Just that basically perma lock on him. Otherwise, he will just rage CP out, and there's not enough DPS right now. One thing that is really going for Dignitas is that they always have AoE sitting on bottom lane. He just got another tower, I do believe, on bottom lane.
Yeah.
And also with sneaking, more or less sitting on mid most of the times, there's just so much pressure. As soon as they make it go on that Nyx, who's sitting on top lane and farming it away right now, and sort of catching up on life, lasts actually, as I'm missing an engagement right there from Stormstreet. Double damage room being popped up. Mystic Flare actually goes down as well, and Wagamama is sitting in some troubles. However, he's gonna survive, and right now Storm does go down, overextending right there, and Spirit Bear is here. I think AoE TP didn't he, or did he just walk?
He did. No, he actually just walked.
Just walked, okay, after getting tower on bottom lane, I guess. But yeah, this is the beauty of Dignitas lineup. They do have that constant pressure on all lanes, and now we do see AoE rotating to top lane, and they're not going to be able to step this this tower as well. So basically, QPAD is missing right now.
Yeah, that's starting to become a huge deal, because PL with this farming build, with this Midas, he's not going to be pushing any lanes, and that's paying off now right now for Dignitas, just because they have taken 4 towers compared to 0.
Yeah, and this actually also leaves Singh to not really farm in his own woods safely. He's going to be farming at the spot tower, maybe going to 1 or 2 creep camps. However, we do see offensive wards being dropped up by Way Too Sexy, and with those wards, we're going to see some really nice initiations on Sing when he's farming. And
but other than Sing's getting huge, he just did for Yasha at 19 minutes and getting closer to the mana style as well.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Once it gets to that point, it's gonna be hard. Like for these heroes, I guess Maelstrom is complete right now on the bear.
So really nice counter.
He hasn't bought it, but once he gets that, it's gonna be slightly easier to bring down the Phantom Lancer. But still, he's getting fat, and once he picks up a heart, I think they're gonna have a really hard time.
Yeah, I agree. We do see that item-wise, we're seeing a Storm going for that instant orchids.
So is he positioning of JRX now on top lane? Oh, never mind. I thought. Okay, never mind. This is actually LeBron James who might be in trouble here. Being scattered out by 2 players here of QPAD. There's a Fissure. There's a Spirit follow up. There's a nice play by QPAD, just chaining up those huge nukes, as well as the disables, and getting the kill before the rage is there. So that's a huge play actually for QPAD.
Yeah, I agree. Nice chain stunning coming out of them right there.
And using the X-Lamp for that is perfectly fine, I think. I mean, the kill on their second carry is going to be huge, and going to delay his late game power a lot, which will be powerful against this. Which will make their Phantom Lancer a lot stronger.
Yeah. Now, one thing AoE does have is the silence on their support, Skywrath Mage, and we're going to have another silence stick coming up for sneaking, basically. So there's some silence for the PL, but as soon as he has Manta style picked up, there is not going to be any silencing him, so pretty sure that's going to be the next follow-up item.
And I think it's starting to become the time when it's 5-minute engagements are going to happen, and that's when the blink dagger of Select is gonna start paying off. I don't know when, he must have just picked it up actually.
Yeah, he just picked it up
And
like a minute ago.
that's actually great timing because right now it's I mean Dignitas is looking to force this right now, and that's when the versatility really comes into play.
Yeah.
There's a Fisher onto the bear, and it's actually might be able to pick him up, but the tower's gonna go actually deny from the
Initiation by sneaking right there, grappling in and vortexing right away the hard stunner Earthshaker, and he's gonna go down. Wagamama is being silenced up, and Aoi's just hitting on him, but it's gonna be fine. Wagamama gets out, and Bear is gonna be resummoned. So 120 CD on him right now, and we do see that Sing Sing is actually farming up woods with an illusion. Actually, no, illusion just runs out, so he's gonna be just pushing him top lane and trying to deny that Aegis, which is maybe going to be picked up by Dignitas right now, because they're actually attempting Roshan, and I do not see right now that QPAD can actually defend it, but we do see a teleportation by PL, and they do know that they're...
scouted out with the rocket player.
Yeah.
Oh, huge grab for sneaking here, and he might be in trouble actually, but he does have Invis
Regeneration
as well as regen.
and Invis, wow.
Attack, what?
Wow, Select just drops instantly to a Mystic Flare, and we do see a huge engagement opting right now. Sing Sing already dropping solo, he will not be able to attack anybody, he's gonna die. Is he gonna buy back? That's a big question for this fight. I do not think that's a good choice. Wagamama hookshots out into sneaking, is gonna maybe save Mini. No, Mini's gonna go down as well to an offensive ball lightning right there. He's gonna drop out of the fissure. No one from Dignitas is actually gonna drop, so right now that does mean that we do see QPAD dropping kills and 3 Aegis, probably.
There's Tangle, there's gonna be full man wipe. Yeah, they're just diving this with Gyrex now. Nice, there are only 2 heroes, but the bear is there to finish off the job, so that's just full wipe.
I guess they don't even need to go Aegis, they just can get the...
Yeah, sure. They can just finish off this Rex and then go for Aegis.
We'll see if it's going to be enough for Rex. We do have 25 seconds for PL, and we do have actually no runes, so yeah, probably going to be 3 Rex right there. Wow.
I think the big thing in this fight was the Storm Spirit just taking up so much focus.
Yeah.
Hookshot being used on, I think, and as well as the Split Earth, everything just been thrown up at the Storm Spirit, and he's not a hero you want to focus.
No, that's true. And Select went down immediately just to just basically scouting out. Yeah, I mean that Invis rune was really huge on Storm Spirit. I mean, come on, regeneration into Invis rune, and he just grapples there, gets his mana refreshed right there, and is basically able to make it go on Select right there before he can even drop anything. And so his dagger basically staying without effect right there. No reverse polarity for them, and that is a huge deal because reverse polarity at Mini's combination of Echo Slam with his stun lock basically, that leaves time for Sing Sing to just right click and attack and throw out 2 to 3 lances within a fight, and yeah, if that doesn't happen, that's a big problem.
Without Manta style as well, Sing Sing was pretty easy to pick up there for I believe Snaking picked him up too as well in the fight. I mean, he's really farm. He's got 189 last hits. He's got so much levels compared to everyone, and still just easy pickup for Snaking right now before getting Manta style up.
So there's an item he's actually almost about to purchase, and really I think it was a wise choice to let the Rex drop, because buyback would have not done anything right there from PL, and I don't think a lot of other heroes did have it up. Select, for example, didn't have it up, Clockwork for sure didn't have it up, Earthshaker didn't either, so you know, defending that lane doesn't really make that much sense, because what is going to happen is you're going to buy back your PL, and PL is just going to die again because he still doesn't have his Manta style up, and therefore he's not going to be able to Manta out of silence. And now he has it, so this is really a big pickup.
Yeah, but no buyback from him, on the other hand.
Yeah, that's true. He's not buying it yet, so I guess he's waiting to see if they need to buy back with the next.
I guess he will have buyback if he buys it. Actually.
Yeah, you're right. He would have it.
There is an infest now onto Snaking Dota.
So infest bomb being prepared right there. This is going to be a huge initiation to take over somebody. Aoi's Bear, just right clicking it away, has picked up a Basher, another stunlock item to just counter basically the whole lineup of QPAD, and the Maelstrom really is nice against Sing Sing, just because of his illusions getting procced a lot with the Maelstrom, and that's just going to drop them instantly, very fast to say the least, because there's still no HP on those illusions, and that's the next things. Wow, that's a tongue breaker. Next thing Sing needs to be looking for.
Wow. Look at the mid lane right now. Snaking here, being ready, he's grappling in, he's gonna silence off that Select, and he's going down straight away. The Mystic Flare not even needed, and Snaking actually being hookshot up here. He might be in trouble here as the Earthshaker goes down to that LeBron James who was infested there. Actually, he looks like he's going to go down, so that's going to be a 2-for-1 engagement. For now, as Fagdoda also might be in trouble here.
Yeah.
Wagmama chasing him down. So that's 2 for
So
2.
2 for
And
2 is okay, yeah. Buyback is being dropped by Select just to be there in case they need him. I mean, he still didn't get off a reverse polarity. That's just such a huge deal. Every single time he's being more or less caught out of position. I'd say caught out of position because there is a storm on the field and you do not want to stand in front of everybody as the Magnus, in my opinion, because there is that power of a silence stick. And but we also saw Earthshaker actually being silenced by, I do believe it was Skywrath Mage, or was it by Storm?
Yeah,
Well,
Skywrath. Select
okay.
was silenced off straight away by Storm.
Yeah.
I think also that was a nice play by Dignitas because they had Syllabear TP onto the top lane, and I guess that tricked QPAD into feeling safe with Sneaking just hiding out in the trees and sneaking with him in Invitational once again. And well, let's see if there's gonna be a lucky center drop or
We
something.
do see actually Messerschmitt Reaver. Singh is actually using a Messerschmitt Reaver, and he might be in trouble right now, as we do see that smoke by Dignitas. But what I'm saying is basically he didn't opt for Manta Slash, so he just doesn't care about this. Oh, as we do see initiate hookshot by Wagamama. Wagamama is going in. There's a 3-man reverse play. No, it's a 2-man reverse play right now. Storm actually his Aegis gets dropped right away. He's gonna be right back with full HP, full mana. Lone Druid, however, did drop as well, so they decide to go back right there. Might actually be looking to go counter go right there. Yes, there we do go. Open wounds is being dropped. Nice fissure by Mini. They have to actually stop with that go because that fissure is blocking off completely the Nakes from attacking. And we do see this Slack going in aggressively right there, picking up the kill, and Sneaking Goda, however, with that infest is killing Mini right away. A lot of kills being dropped right there. Clockwork going down as well, and now it's actually Phantom that's just right clicking right there. No mana for Sneaking. He will go down, and probably LeBron James is going to be in some problem too. There's a square right now, not going to do anything since there is not going to be anything to counter that rage. Respiratory being dropped obviously before, but man, that was a huge fight right there. Do we see any buybacks? No, right?
And that was amazing for QPAD. We see for the first time Sing Sing doing some work with that mana burn onto Sneaking, and Sneaking just, well, he went in, he did some damage, and then okay, no mana, I'm dead.
Yeah, and with that M power, he always gets a buff, you know, from obviously from Magnus, and he's just hitting a lot, cleaving a lot. And with that HRT, his illusions actually are getting tanky, so maybe it was a good pickup to not opt for Manta. And we just saw that he didn't get silenced at all in this fight. And even if he gets silenced now with the HRT, he's just going to be able to right click as long as there's not too much stun lock and too much disable coming out from Dignitas. I do believe it's a risky pickup because Manta is still more or less a nice escape mechanism. Well, on the other hand, he has 2.2k HP right now, so 2000 HP is a lot compared to the 1100 he had before, right?
And this is gonna force Nyx to focus him down, and the question is, will he be able to do so with a fissure, with his control of the team fights? That was an amazing fissure coming out of Mini there.
Yeah, blocking off the engagement by Nyx with the open wounds already being popped. That was just huge.
And actually, so the Phantom actually did slip through that that fissure block. So maybe Nyx is wider than him? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe his collision size is bigger. Yeah, it might be the case right there. We do see that. Wait, is he? I hope he's opting for a Desolator or for a Maelstrom or something like that to counter the Phantom Lancer. I do believe it's going to be a Maelstrom rather than a BKB on Nyx. Because I do feel that Rage is enough for him. But I actually have seen a Nyx pick up a BKB in a pro competitive game. I think it was a week ago. I don't know. I don't remember which teams it was, but which team it was on. But they did do that once, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's a big thing against heroes. Like, if, for example, if you play against something like a Skywrath Mage, you're gonna want that, or even if you're playing against a Storm with that silence, you're gonna want that to just avoid being silenced off. But I don't think like the magic, like, sure they have some nice magic damage, of course, but
yeah, and they also have some nice stunlock. But I do agree it's not enough, most likely, even though there's the Earthshaker there. As we do see a pause coming out right now, so I guess we can look on the grass right now and just quickly go over some item builds right now. We do see that Dignitas is still heavily in favor, EXP and gold wise. However, the graph is dropping back towards QPAD with that last initiation going really well for them in the last team clash, really giving QPAD something to look for. Item wise, we do see Way Too Sexy actually picking up a maybe casual Vid Booster, or maybe even going to the Rod of Ados. Would be a strong item for him since he's going to increase his first Arcane Bolt, which has a really low CD. It's just 2 seconds right there. Will get more damage with the int multiplier, base damage wise, and still gets a little bit tankier. Maybe a good item. However, I do feel that maybe a Force Staff is something they need. Well, we do see Fog Dot already picking up Blink Dagger, and as we said, Next picked up Dimitri Hammer. We will see what he's going to be opting for. AOE 2000. Let's actually look at his bear right now. He has a, yeah, he's opting already maybe for Majoni, but I do believe it's going to be the AC with the Hyperstone, and he's just going to sit at a normal Maelstrom most likely with the Basher and the Armlet. So that bear is already hitting hard, and there's no Bane Elemental on the field to actually counter that. So yeah, Storm Spirit is going to look for BKB to just really get that mana pool drained immediately without being perma stun locked by anybody or silenced or any of those shenanigans. And
yeah,
I guess strong items.
I'm thinking we looked at the graph before that they're pulling ahead the Radiant side, but they really need to be that because Fenrir, as we saw in the last fight, he really tore through everything on the side of Dignitas.
Yeah, net worth wise, he's 2k in front.
10 minutes, in 10 minutes, there's going to be no way of stopping him, I feel. So really, they do have one Rex down, Dignitas, but they really need to. They know they really need to finish this off in the next couple of minutes here, and
I agree.
they are actually doing so as well.
We do see Wagamama having completed his mechanism and going probably for Blade Mail right now. Really strong item pickup by him. Jirax is going to try to build that BKB to just maximum his, or max, I guess, use his mana pool and burst damage just to its full potential, I suppose, not being locked down by anybody. I don't know, I guess.
That's also gonna increase his counter pushing ability. Just once he has his BKB, he can just burn all the creep waves that come in without big risk of being initiated upon by the Storm Spirit. So I think him just tanking up is definitely the correct choice here.
But I do feel that the Earthshaker is actually looking really poor right now. He has no Blink Dagger and he's just warding, and he sits at a Bracer and Urn of Shadow, so still no Blink Dagger coming up for Earthshaker, and I do believe that is a strong item on Earthshaker. Maybe they should have somehow made some space for him to farm instead of GRX who picked it. Well, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to get a Blink Dagger up on the Earthshaker, but it's a really key item for him. If they have that Earthshaker Blink Dagger, then they are able to counter initiate and just punish every single mistake of Dignitas immediately.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Earthshaker is strong at counter pushing, even only with the Fissure, I feel. And maybe Earthshaker feels like he needs to tank up a bit more before he can stand there in the front lines, dealing damage. So I'm thinking that might be the explanation for, because I don't think Mini expects to get a Blink Dagger anyways, like even with some farm.
Yeah.
As he traps himself with the Fissure here. And he might be in trouble here. Mystic Flare going down, and Mini taking a lot of damage. He's going to use that Stick Charge.
And the mechanism is being dropped already, so...
Wow, Snake slips in, gets that kill, so really unfortunate, being trapped there by his own Fissure in that small area between the building and the tree.
That was interesting. That was just killing himself, basically.
Yeah.
So, really unfortunate for him, not realizing that was... Actually, I probably would have done the same, most likely, because, man, that's what you not think about with a Fissure, to block yourself. You're just thinking how to block.
Also well played by Way Too Sexy there. Just seeing the opportunity, going with a Mystic Flare. Yeah. And, well, that's a lot of single target damage, especially if the target you hit can't move.
For sure. I mean, he's level 14, so he already has that level 2 nuke, which is 900 damage output right there on the spot. And I mean, Earthshaker tanked it up completely, and he used Stick Charge and Mechanism and still went down. Obviously, by the zip in from him, but yeah.
And the tower is down in the middle, of course, which means this might be the high ground. No? Nope. LeBron James still on top lane, so they're just going to resort to farming for a moment. And I mean, they are not letting Sing Sing get any space at all when it comes to farm. He does have 4.5k gold. He's going to farm up on the bot lane, but...
what do you think his next item is going to be? Is he going to go for the Manta? Or is he going to go for a next...
I still think Manta is his proper choice right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing else he really needs right now apart from the Manta style.
Yeah. After that, I mean, the BOT might be coming up, maybe some crit. I mean, we do see occasionally PLs picking up crit, just to maximum or max, just to increase that damage output further.
I think the big thing here though is that they don't really need that huge damage from him. They just need him to stay alive, and he's going to keep.
Yeah, as they do go on AOE right now. AOE almost out of mana right there. He's actually going to be focusing on GRX. GRX might be going down. No, Ghost Scepter is being dropped. Right now, Mini actually is being perma disabled, as we do see still Sync chasing AoE. GRX is still fine. Sneaking actually popped his BKB. While we do see Mini actually being dropped by Lifestealer as well. Sing finally gets AoE, however, is in big troubles right there. HOT not going to survive, make him survive this. No, actually he is. No, he's not. He's being dropped up by Sneaking, as we do see a huge Respilarity going up from Select. However, no damage output right there from his team, and even though he dropped a really nice Respilarity right there, there's nobody there to actually capitalize on it, and we do see a buyback coming out of Francis Pendulance right there. Man, huge initiation right now.
And that's just AoE being so tanky. I mean, hardly with any. He doesn't have any items on his hero at all, but he still survives really long against that Phantom Lancer. And I
yeah,
guess
and microing, and you know, while being focused, he focuses down Jarax, and Jarax basically goes down to one more lasted by I do believe it was sneaking.
yeah, and I said just recently that maybe he doesn't need that huge damage, but I mean, looking at how much Aoi can tank up, I guess Sing Sing really needs to go for some more damage right now.
Yeah.
And he actually doesn't buy anything after the buyback. I don't know why he's sitting at 3.8 people. He might as well just buy something.
Yeah, because he has no buyback available for another 2.5 minutes. I stole your branch thing, and there we go. Trash talking already, man. Well, but they're just report. Love it, guys. Report this guy. Just so fucking funny. I can't handle this guy. Seriously, in the pro match, he still starts trolling back. I mean, come on, Sing. I love you, really.
And he's gonna actually buy that Eagle Song straight away.
Eagle Song. So he's gonna go, I guess, for some nice evasion soon with the battle, not the Battle Fury, with the Butterfly, obviously.
Yeah, and I guess that adds the tankiness added with the evasion, and as well as the damage from that agility. So it's definitely not a bad pickup. And I mean, his big trouble right now is the Lone Druid as well as the Nakes. Especially the Nakes is gonna tear through him in a one-on-one fight.
Yeah.
Unless he's got a lot of.
One thing I do want to mention actually is the complete net worth right now. All Radiant primary farmers, as in row 1, 2, 3, are way ahead of Magnus, and other than that, only PL is topping them up with 18,000 net worth, as we do see a Roshan attempt right here. And Lone Druid, Storm, and Nyx being way ahead of Magnus, so those 3 heroes are really stacked, and that's what we do see in the EXP and gold graph, basically. 10,000 in front of QPAD Panda right now. This Roshan is probably going to be uncontested, I guess, right?
Yeah, surely.
I mean,
they really don't have the kind of huge initiation power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Select has a dagger up, but he's not going to be able to do anything against the sneaking, who hasn't tested Nakes against him. And if he does the same thing as he tried to do before, he's just going to die, and it's going to be catastrophe for QPAD Panda, like it was, I think, 10 minutes ago, right?
Wow, huge grappling here. Onto like the real silence, and that's gonna be killed. Going the way of Lifestealer here, who wasn't tested inside. Mini's in trouble as well. There's a nice fish. Once again, huge fishes from Mini.
Really clutch play by him.
That further initiation. So well played, but that's a kill onto Select, who does not have buyback. Does he? Nope. Well, he does.
Does he? I guess we're still.
I feel like we can just stand up his bear right now onto the high ground. Just he's gone for that Mjolnir to further increase his pushing power, and
shout out to you, Dark Kozako. See you. Have fun wherever you're going. Apparently, I've been being stalked and followed right now by him. So yeah. Anyways, as the game progresses right now, we will be seeing most likely Sing versus Rest. There's going to be the utility Earthshaker and maybe Select dropping a Burst Polarity in there. But I do feel that Wagamama is gonna. I mean, we do have a lot of utility heroes on QPAD Panda's side, right? But that's basically it. I mean, that's really it. GRX maybe gonna get a BKB eventually, but no, not anywhere close to picking up the Ghost Scepter. And it's basically gonna be a hookshot utility skill, and then there's gonna be the Reverse Polarity by Select with it, you know, sort of a utility skill right there too. And other than that, we only have Earthshaker, and then there's the PL, and that's it. And Sneaking has a huge mana pool, has BKB, has Silence, and is opting actually for Sleep Stick soon. So really already a lot to deal with. And then there's the Nakes, then there's the Lone Druid as well, who actually finished his Mjolnir now and opted for a Demon Edge behind that, so he's not going to go for an AC. Maybe next picking up the AC soon, however he went for Desolator. Wow.
I mean, that's gonna make him push towers so fast once he gets in and hits on them.
Yeah, and
I think the big thing here is that there's no tier 3 tower standing. There's 4 people on the top lane defending for QPAD. There's 1 person on the mid lane, that's Sting. With Illusions try to defend. But I feel like the split push is just gonna work so well, because I mean, 4 people against Sing Sing, and 1 person Aoi pushing in top lane solo against the other 4. And I mean, they are doing some decent damage onto these racks right now.
Yeah.
Getting some damage on the mid as well as on top racks, and once one of those falls, there's really not much left to defend for Panda.
I completely agree. And one thing that Desolator does as well is to just cleave through that HOT, basically making that high health pool of Sing Sing count for nothing. And one thing we are missing on Sing Sing right now is the Manta Style, because Manta Style makes it more easy to def out, just pop that Manta Style, let the illusions run for attack and replicate, as well as his double walk, as well as his lance. But he only has his lance and double walk right now to use, and most of the time he's using his double walk to farm and just keeping his lands in case they... Seeking actually dropping really low right there from the illusions, going in and trying to outfarm them. He's sitting at 400 HP now. Man.
But that's how the Aegis, so
Yeah,
it's gonna be fine for now. But I mean, Sing Sing, he actually has gone for the butterfly and not saving for buyback right now. So it's pretty much all-in defense right now for them. But I guess with this defense, for now it's holding. I mean, they're not doing that much damage anymore to the Rex, and these 5 illusions are working out for now.
Yeah, for now. We will see. Maybe they're gonna wait for next key items to come up. As we do see actually Shiva's being purchased, not a sheepstick on Storm. So that might be the next item they need, since it's an AoE damage skill right there again. And we do see the initiate right there on Select. Select gonna maybe drop. No, not gonna drop. He's actually gonna make it out. No, he's not gonna make it out. However, sneaking is gonna go on Jerax as well. Wagamama being focused down in that case. Mini actually finally drops the fissure after being silenced. Drops his Echo Slam and only next, while we do see Rest Polarity solo on Sneaking. Sneaking on pop his Aegis. I'm not quite sure if that was the right move, because he's gonna be back with full mana and full HP in just a second.
Meanwhile, Midrex falling.
Midrex falling.
That's mega creeps. Aoi is just doing all that, finishing off those racks, and that's gonna be actually the GG with these mega creeps up right now.
Wow, so they just... Wow, Aoi was just focusing on the Rex, while basically Nakes and Storm were going 2v5 man mode, right? Wow.
Yeah, and
Nice
I mean,
play.
with the Aegis, even RPU being used, they're not even gonna kill him the second time, and right now Sing Sing being focused down here, missed the flare onto him as well, being lifted up. He actually might be fine here, as he does get finished off there, and that is GG call. And Dignitas convincingly taking this game 1 against the farming PL.
Yeah, really well played by Dignitas, just capitalizing on their lead and keeping it up the whole game. We do see over 15,000 XP and gold difference by the end of the game. QPAD Panda were not able to take a lot of towers, and that was really a thing that was lacking on the supports. No money for them to go anywhere. Earthshaker being poor as a war pitch, and yeah, overall, nice game. So we're just going to be back in a second and playing some music. I do believe it's not going to be a long pause, since they are starting late anyways.